go number 3. Don't do it if you aren't going to do it. And this is simply that, if I could paint this picture, and if anybody out in the audience has a teenage daughter, teenage son, or grandchild in that teenage years, have you ever been ignored? Because usually teenagers are good at that. How do you feel when they ignore you? Like when my 13-year-old ignores me, I want to just go through the window. Like that ignored feeling. So guess what? Online, if you're ignoring people, it's frustrating. And what I mean by that is there are people that may have sent you a direct message. They may have put something on your Twitter account and tagged you and put you in there and you didn't respond. They may have sent you a LinkedIn DM or request and you don't check LinkedIn more than every 30 days, so you don't respond. People expect you to respond. They're communicating with you. Even if the reason they tag you in something is they want interaction from you and they're trying to engage you. If you're not going to be engaged or you're not responsive enough, just don't do it. If you're not going to check your Twitter account and there's several tweets waiting for you that's there to respond to, just shut it down. Don't do it. Because if you're not going to do it right, you're actually making people mad that they're being ignored.
So I think a lot of us get the, oh, check this new thing out. You got to be here. Somebody said that this is the newest, greatest thing. For me, Twitter is like, there's so many people that this applies to them for Twitter, right? They know it's this next great way to communicate. All the kids are using it. They got to be on there. And then, like you said, they get something set up. Maybe they got an auto feed out of their blog that posts their blog every time, but they're not actually using Twitter, right? So, I mean, you're suggesting that if you're not going to use it, just shut it down.
Just because what happens more is you become looking poorly if someone does actually tag you or communicate with you through there and you don't respond or don't check it or don't even know how to do it. What good is it? Just do something you do really well until you get that mastered. These are communication channels too. It's like I always use text because everyone has had a text. And I first asked the question, how long could you not look at a text? That's an open question. That's kind of a funny thing. Someone sends you a text now. How long could you not look at it? Like you hear that beep, you got to look at it now. You respond now. But if I sent you a text right now and it's important and I got to wait 5, 6, 8 days for you to get around to it, I'm ticked off already. I'm on to something else. So when customers are posting something or colleagues on a different platform that you may not be fully engaged on, don't just have it because you're auto-casting there because you want to be on Twitter. Who cares? If it does not generate a return or a communication channel, do something else. Is just my opinion. Don't have to be there to be there. There's no one grading you on that.
I think your blog, because a lot of you folks on here are bloggers as well. I mean, this is something we try to impress upon people even with their blog as you're getting started. Like, if people take the time out to comment on something that you've written, like, respond to them, right? This is how the people that have success with ActiveRain or with a blog, they end up having that success because, and Sally, who's on the call here, she put it's about engaging and connecting. So they're actively engaging anybody that's willing to connect or engage with them. So I see a lot of times these blogs where people write their blog posts and folks come in there and they're wanting to have a conversation with them, and the author never responds. So
yeah, and there's an emotional connection to that too. I mean, if you wrote a great blog post and someone gives you kudos or wants to talk about it and you don't, I just discredit you. Like, you wrote something awesome. And now you give me a channel that can say, hey, give me a comment and post comments, and I do, and then you ignore me. Well, that just right off the chart right there. That doesn't help. So you've done something awesome, and then you lose awesome because you don't follow up. So just a pet peeve of mine. So on that note, don't do it if you're not going to do it. Focus on what you are going to do and do it really well.